probably around 1,200 Instagram followers. I can't get more. I mean, my Instagram follower, I don't even get it. They come, they go. One day I have 1,250. The next day I have 1,207. I'm like, where did they go and why? But I will tell you something creepy. I get a lot of men, and I think that they're fake men because they look, a lot of men, I'm like, with like one picture, and they are following like 2,000 people, and they have like five people following them. And I don't know who these men are, but all of them say they're a surgeon. So men that are just men that are just trolling Instagram must think that if you say you're a doctor, not just a doctor, they're all surgeons. If you say you're a surgeon, women will follow you back. So I'm very cautious. Like, I think they follow me and then I don't follow back, and so then they drop me because I don't understand the fluctuation, or people that are super religious. I mean, I have nothing in common with them, so I don't always follow them back. Sorry, but that's just me. But mostly the men, because like one of my girlfriends, she got duped into one of these schemes. This is not what I was going to say, but I'll say it because it's quite a story. So she was on Match or one of the dating sites, and she got this, she had moved to some crazy state, not a crazy state, but she moved out of Chicago to some Atlantic state. I won't say which one, Kentucky, Tennessee, one of those type of states. And all of a sudden she got this guy who supposedly, I shouldn't say it because it gives it away, lived like in the next town, but he conveniently was on an oil rig in like somewhere in the Middle East. So he couldn't quite ever meet her. And his picture was so gorgeous. I mean, he was like, we're all going, really? Really? Like, we were all just a little bit encouraged. He was calling her, and he'd call like in the middle of the night because he's out in the Middle East on an oil rig. And he said he had a daughter. He even had his daughter call her at one time. And we're still all like super skeptical because he's just too good looking. How is he single? Jeez. He's just too, and not that she's unattractive, but he's the type that looked like that Anne Hathaway could be his girlfriend, or Reese Witherspoon. He's that level of attractiveness. And he can't find a woman. I think he said he was a widower. I'm like, those are the first men that are gobbled up before they realize it's not so bad to be without a wife. And it's fun. Yeah, that's a whole other story. Oh God, there's so many dating stories, aren't there? Well, anyway, so even one of my friends goes to visit her, and they start talking about the aforementioned incredibly handsome boyfriend who has never made it back to the States yet. But it's always like, I'll be there at Christmas, I'll be there at Thanksgiving, but now it got delayed. And so even my girlfriend who went there, he called and she talked to him. So now the story that was unbelievable became slightly more believable. I said, well, what did he say? And she went, well, he sounded perfectly nice. And they carried on a conversation, like my third party girlfriend with the boyfriend or whatever. So then it turns out that she had sent him, my friend, he couldn't get his passport. All he had to do was get to LaGuardia or JFK, and somehow they couldn't get his passport. So another trip was delayed. But then he needed to borrow from her, like $2,500 or whatever he needed just to get into this country. And we're all going, we're getting more and more worried about this situation because now it's just not that she thinks in her heart of hearts she has this hot, fabulous looking boyfriend, but now he's going to start costing her money. So then I think I Googled it, like, Match.com scams, or however you like start snoping or snooping and, like investigating these things. And there was a whole article, or a few articles about how these are just complete setups. Like, it's not really the person. It's someone, they've used other pictures, they've used names they've made up and professions they've made up. So it turns out, then she finally, she kind of wakes up to it a little and starts investigating it herself. So the net is that it was some kid from South Africa or somewhere in Africa, maybe not South, maybe middle, somewhere on the continent of Africa, that was calling her. He was like 19. He had the pictures. He looked like something in a Ralph Lauren catalog. And so, it's like when you go in a store and you see a frame, and in the frame in the store, they're selling the frame of some incredible, that's what he was using. All the pictures were just like out of a frame in a store. And it wasn't him. He was like a 19-year-old kid in Africa. I can't say the exact country. And she had sent him like over $5,000. Yes. Because the believability factor or the fairy tale factor looms so large for her. And I must say, like, when I saw his picture, I mean, I would have been like, oh my God, how lucky am I? But never send anyone any money. They warn you on all those dating sites now too. Never send any money. But the postscript, even after she realized it was all a scam, is that she continued to talk to him. That she liked, she just liked talking to him. I mean, he'd call in the middle of the night because he's like 22 time zones away. But yes, so back to Instagram, I am always skeptical about these good-looking surgeons who are following me on Instagram. And I scroll through all their pictures. They might have 2 pictures, 5 pictures, but I'm sure they're just trolling Instagram for women. That is my warning to all you women out there. And that is why my Instagram, my following gets smaller and smaller and then bigger than smaller. It's people that are just trolling for women. They're trolling for money, not even women. Anyway, beware. Peace.